UNM and New Mexico State are also facing sharp reductions in state funding. Together, they could lose about $20 million. But Governor Martinez says there are places to cut there, starting at the top. News 13's Tim Maestas is on special assignment.
It's no secret that my administration inherited a massive budget deficit. Government must live within its means.
From the halls of the state capitol to college campuses statewide, times are tough.
We had anticipated some recommendations to cut budgets for higher education.
UNM and New Mexico State are among the schools facing the biggest cuts, according to a pair of state budget proposals released within the last week. The Legislative Finance Committee is calling for almost $29 million in cuts to higher education next fiscal year. The governor's office, more than $38 million. Each proposal calls for cutting around $10 million from both UNM and NMSU.
We have been preparing for the worst-case scenario.
Governor Susana Martinez is pushing state colleges to trim from the top. According to the governor's office, UNM is a prime example of a top-heavy administration. News 13 has learned more than $3.8 million goes to the university's one president and 15 vice presidents alone. The average salary between them, $241,000, and they are just a part of the university's administrative structure. According to the president of UNM's Board of Regents, every place is a potential place to find savings, from closing UNM's championship golf course to raising tuition, and yes, even trimming the administration budget. Are pay cuts an option for administrators at UNM?
I think everything's on the table right now. Everything's on the table.
Raymond Sanchez says some administrative positions might go altogether. In fact, permanently eliminating vacant positions is among the budget options listed by UNM President David Schmidtle's Strategic Budget Advisory Team. For example, the position of Dean of Students could be combined with another existing position. Consolidating certain divisions are also among the many restructuring options. Is there room to trim in the administrative area at UNM?
There's room to trim wherever it is you need to trim.
Still, Sanchez says current administrators are doing a good job fulfilling their responsibilities. And he says administrative salaries are just a drop in the bucket compared to what it takes to run UNM. Would cutting those costs really make a difference?
It would be more symbolic. But symbolism is good because it shows that everybody's sharing.
And do you think that's important at this time?
Well, I think everybody needs to know that everything is on the table.
The governor's office tells News 13 they will be watching the university's budget decisions very closely.
I'm going to make sure that we scrub every corner of every agency to make sure we find the savings that we can.
Tim Maestas, KRQE News 13.
What about vice presidents in New Mexico State? Well, they spend about $1.6 million a year on their top administrators, and that does include the president and 6 vice presidents. Their average salary is $227,000.